Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm on PC, obviously, because it's different. So today I'm going to be leaving down my Premier League predictions for the season coming. So we got 8 games in. I think I'm gonna start with the relegation battle. Leicester are definitely in it. Leicester v Forest is a big game. If it ends in a draw today, both of these teams will most likely be going down. I do, however, have no hope in Bournemouth, so I'm gonna put them in relegation purely because they did get like 2 wins, but I'm just not fully convinced by them yet. Yeah, they've got Dominic Solanke, Jaden Anthony, Tariq Dembele all on the bench, but Marcus Tavernier, they do have some attacking options, unlike the team I'm going to put in now. I don't know if they'll be 19th or 18th, but they'll definitely be down there. So I'd probably put them because they did make some good signings, Aribo, Bella Kotchap, but I just don't see who's going to score the goals. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not convinced. Obviously, I feel like the relegation battle, both of these teams could easily be substituted for Forest and Leicester. But for the sake of it, I'm going to say Nottingham Forest purely because there is Premier League experience, but the team hasn't quite gelled together yet because there's like a mix of different experiences. So, however, I feel like they will be in a battle in contention with Leicester. So I'd say they're 17th, 16th. I think they'll just about escape. If I just Premier League football news, tables. Yeah. So right now, obviously, Palace aren't looking too great, but they do have a game in hand. As I said, yeah, Bournemouth do have a couple of wins against Southampton. They've the same. So Palace really need just a draw to prove that they can go over Southampton. Leicester, I feel if they get a new manager in early, they will definitely be at most high mid-table, nowhere near a European spot. But yeah, I don't think West Ham haven't had the best start, but I can see if Everton, if Everton get one big injury, they're done. This season, they're absolutely finished. If Anthony Gordon is gone, Calvert-Lewin can't score goals. I'm sorry. He's just not been convincing enough. However, I don't like the look of Palace so far. They've had an season. They had a loss to Arsenal in the opening week. If I go, here. Results. Yeah, so as you'll see in a minute, loss, draw, loss. The biggest win was at Aston Villa, and that was an unconvincing performance. Don't remind me of this match, but yeah. So I'm gonna stutter for Palace to stay up. I really want them to stay up because they do play some interesting football. Like Leicester, they play really good football. They just lose out on set pieces. Like a lot of their goals have conceded have come from corners. So I'm gonna put them probably. Yeah, so that's 20th, 19th, 18th. So Palace, I'm gonna stick 17th. Leicester, 16th. So 15th place, I get. Brighton have had a good season. Newcastle have. I don't see Leeds deteriorating down to a point where they're in a battle. I feel like they'll be clear. But 15th seems like an average season for them. Leaving my final prediction, Aston Villa in 14th. Which they are right now, actually. But they're not. Leeds versus Villa. That game was really bland. Obviously, Sinistera getting sent off. They're really careless Leeds players. They're not had the best of seasons so far. Obviously, yeah, could be a lot better, but it could be going a lot worse. Could be much worse. So Leeds gonna sit 15th for me. So Aston Villa 14th. Now 13th. I've had a good time to think about this. Brentford. Brentford 13th. I don't feel like I really have to explain why. It's just they're good, but they're not European level good. Talking about good, but not European level good. 12th, I'm gonna put Wolves. They have a nice squad. Obviously, Bruno Lage getting sacked. We'll wait to see what sort of toll or impact it sort of has on all the players, especially since they'll all be playing at the World Cup for the national team. But yeah, I'm not quite. Yeah, as again, I'm not really convinced by the Wolves forwards. Yeah, they are a team who's quite solid at the back. But if they don't get enough men up front, I mean that's what they brought Hwang in to do. They need more goals. They need them to like generate from somewhere. Um, so yeah, we just need a bit more forward thinking. But if they stay defensively solid, as they did last season, I'm sure they'll be fine. Along with the Merseyside side, Everton, who they've had a good season so far, I reckon. They had a bit of a stuttery start, a big win for Forest against them. Oh, a draw against Forest even. Sorry, my voice is trembling. Uh, oh yeah, Everton. Where are they now? 11th. They've got Man United next, so yeah, we. I mean, I'm. Java Man's not gonna like this, or KIO, or Everything Foot. I don't know what his name is now. I think it's Everything Foot. But yeah, it's quite a good spot for Everton. 11th, just scraping the barrel of top 10. But yeah, I have a good feeling about um Fulham. I really do. I've liked what I've seen so far. Obviously, a big loss to Newcastle, yes, on Saturday. But it doesn't seem. I don't think they seem like a resilient side. I don't think it'll set them back much. Obviously, Mitrovic is now injured, um, so they'll have a tough few spotty next matches. But with the 2-2 draw at Liverpool, they had a close game against Arsenal. They've won a couple. They've looked more convincing than they were to 18-19 and 2021 season. So yeah, I don't see them going into that bottom half of the table based on where they are right now. Which leads me into 9th place, Brighton. Uh, yeah, Brighton, I don't feel like I have to explain much. Again, really solid at the back. Obviously, Trossard with the hat-trick. I'm not going to talk about that. But it was a good run for Brighton. And they actually do play, like I've said with Fulham, interesting football. They make it really enjoyable to watch. So, which leaves me to say probably 8th. I'll go West Ham. Don't get me wrong, I think they're a good side, but Scamacca's signing, I'm just not convinced by where they are now and where they were the previous 2 seasons. It seems like something's gone a bit off. Obviously, I've not researched this deep into it, but I know there's obviously something setting them back. A few spotty fixtures in the upcoming weeks. And yeah, and again, that they got a big win against West Ham, but Bowen dislocating his finger was gross. Obviously, a loss to Everton, lost to Chelsea, draw with Spurs. Lost to Brighton, lost to Forest. It's been a bit spotty. I feel like all the games they've lost, they could have won. If they had that same mentality from last season, they were close with Chelsea. Everton, I don't really want to succeed. That's why I put them there. But I feel like that's being really generous to them. But West Ham, not convinced, which leads me with the Magpies. I feel like they'll get Conference League. Obviously, big few signings, a big turnaround, massive 4-1. Alexander Isak, he will easily get top 5 Golden Boot. He's had a really good season so far. I can't see his season slowing down. Big goals against Liverpool. And he got one against Fulham, I believe. So you can show that he can score against big sides and the more domestic sides, which is really interesting to see. But yeah, again, one of those sides that is just so fun to watch. Obviously, a draw with City does show promise. So 1 minute, I have to go. I'll be back in 1 minute. Oh no, I can just pause it, can't I? Okay, I'll be back in a sec. Yeah, so continuing on from that, Newcastle, very entertaining side. So as a Liverpool fan, 5th and 6th place, Spurs have had a good start, but I'm going to put Chelsea purely because obviously Tuchel wasn't as good as we'd expect him to be, but Graham Potter, he did scrape a win against Palace, which was kind of lucky, I'd say. Gallagher against his former side. I think that's not the best really way to introduce yourself. If you're scraping wins against Palace, imagine what it must be like, because I put them obviously here, to play all the teams above it, as you can see. And then I'm going to put Spurs as Europa League. I feel like they'll drop off mid-season, letting, I think, Liverpool creep into 4th position. Yeah, for obvious reasons, I'm a Liverpool fan. That just makes sense to me. Man United, I'm going to say 3rd. I think they'll have a good season. Ten Hag's been pretty good. Obviously, these could always be wrong. I'll probably do a reaction video at the end of the season. Arsenal, 2nd. It's going to be a 2-horse race between Arsenal. I'd really like to see them win the league this year because it's just a bit of differentiation. You know, we haven't really seen any. We've only seen three Premier League champions really in the last in the last 6 years. So Man City winning 4 of those, Liverpool winning 1, Chelsea winning 1. I think Man City will be champions, but this is just so hard to pick here. Arteta does play some impressive football. He knows Pep really well. I feel like that will play a big part in this, but I think Pep will just about outsmart him. So yeah, those are my Prem predictions. Please do drop a like and subscribe, guys, for more videos like this, and I'll see you all next time. Okay, bye.